Hi everyone, this is Dr. Hafez from Scholars Dental. We want to show you all the cool different features we have in our online AFK course. So this way you'll learn how each feature could benefit you in your studies and help you prepare for the AFK exam. If you have further questions and you want more details, please contact us. You'll see the email and phone in the description box below and other links as well. And book your free consult so that you and I will meet and we could talk over Zoom one-on-one and figure out for your specific situation what's the best way to approach the AFK exam in the NDEB process. So let's get started. Okay, so the feature I want to talk about in this video is basically how do we deliver our lectures and to the student, and that's through pre-recorded videos on our video platform on the website. So once you register, you'll be given access to this page. And once you get here, you can see that there's a playlist here that has some intros and some, how to use. And you could click on this orange button and then you'll see the subjects, okay? And some other useful stuff. But basically this is the video platform. We're going to talk about the videos. So let's say you click on basic science, you close it, you'll see that you get a playlist here, updates, and now this is the basic science playlist. So this has been very helpful because whenever there's a new concept we need to update the students with, we could instantly upload a video to this playlist and then students could watch it. We were able to, for example, in the ACJ course once, there was an update that occurred just 1 week before the exam. And in one day, we were able to create a new video and upload it, and all the students have access to it now. It's just an amazing system, an effective system to keep students updated and keep that, instant updates happening if we need. So that's one thing. Also, each video, let's say you click on it here, we'll just take an example, is split into different chapters. So we have that into our platform, that technology, where you could just click on any chapter and it'll jump to it, right? So like that, for example, okay? And most of our videos are online recorded, but we also have some that are in class, and we just left all of it on the platform. So we will tell you which ones are optional, which ones are mandatory. So for example, you can see here in pathology, we have this one is optional. Don't watch it because it's a repeat of these, but you still have that option if you like the in-class to review from it. Okay, so a lot of, so what else can we, how could this video method be useful? The most concern students have is how do we ask questions? And the thing is we have solutions to all those problems. We already solved those. So we have live sessions after every subject where we talk about questions and answers. We have Discord sessions, also a type of live session where we communicate and also go through all the doubts and questions that students have. So you're not missing out all on the concept that you have, the opportunity to interact with instructors, discuss things with instructors. You're not missing that using the system. But what you are getting is basically, you're saving time on commute. How about we list some features, okay? Some benefits to this feature. You are saving commute time. You don't have to drive anywhere, okay? And this is actually a lot more effective and better than in-class and live lectures, okay? Why do I say that? Because when you're doing a live lecture, if you have a different time zone, with this course, basically then could be a bad time for you. And they're fixed timing. So if the main way that the course is delivering its content is through live online lectures or in class, then you are very limited to that time. If you're working, if you have obligations, if you can't make it at that time, if you have time zone differences, sometimes you could log in to a live lecture, let's say, and your audio just doesn't work. Your headphones don't work. You just simply can't log in for other reasons. So that's a disadvantage to have the main content delivered through a live lecture. So what we have done, and not only that, the quality over Zoom, for example, is the audio quality doesn't transmit that great over Zoom. So what we've done is we've pre-recorded high quality recordings, uploaded them, and you get to watch them at your own pace. Flexibility. So you have, what we do is we upload the basic science. You have a week to finish that. And then that means you have a full week to finish a 2-day lecture, because each module is pretty much a weekend worth of work. Okay, a little bit more, but you have a full week. So even if you're across the world and your time is opposite, you could still do this course. If you're working and you could study only part-time at night, you could do this course. Now, that's one benefit. We talked about the benefit of the flexibility of watching the videos, the main content, and eliminating any connection issues with the live lectures. The other benefit is that when you have your main content in recorded videos, you are actually getting everything in the lecture. So imagine you go to an in-class lecture or to a live lecture online. Let's say you got tired, you zoned out, you want to just leave the room for a bit. You need to use the washroom. You need to go get a coffee. You want to go grab a glass of water. When you do that, you are missing out. No one is going to pause the lecture for you. The instructor is not going to stop teaching because you left the room. So you are missing content. When you actually attend in class, you're not receiving 100% of the content, because few people could keep their concentration up for that long if the lectures are like 6 to 7 hours. So with this method, when you get tired, you could pause the video. If you need to go grab something to drink or use the washroom, you pause the video. And if something you didn't hear, you just rewind and relearn. Like obvious video benefits, right? But basically, it makes it a lot different for the student that are trying to learn for this really difficult exam. Okay, so that's another benefit. Now, again, I already talked about the concept that some students think there's a disadvantage that they can't ask. We solve that with online Zoom live sessions for Q&A. So if you could make the main delivery system through flexible videos like this and minimize the live session time, so that the live session is dedicated to the problems and doubts the students are having about certain concepts, that is the most effective. We're maximizing the effectiveness of the course, right? Because if I do a live session or an in-class, I'm giving you repeated knowledge, something I do every cycle or every course, where I go and I repeat the same lecture to you or to the next cycle. So I'm kind of wasting both of our time. So what we did is, how about we record that repetitive part, and in the live session we maximize the discussion part, because every cycle we have a different discussion. Sometimes there's the same discussions that I got used to now, but sometimes there are different questions I hear from students, and now we're actually targeting the problems or the doubts or the misconceptions the students are having, and they're just becoming better and better and better, right? We're filtering out because this live session that we're having is dedicated to the Q&A. Another thing is, this strategy, helps you as a student. You're not hearing someone else's questions that could kind of maybe mess up the way you understand things or give you misinformation. Or also, if you're watching the lectures on video, you're not being interrupted, both as an instructor and a student, with your chain of thought. So you're not being interrupted by other students' questions. So it feels a lot better for each student to watch the content like this than come to a live session that's dedicated for questions. So that you won't be annoyed, because that's the purpose of the live session, is for questions. If the purpose of the live session was lectures, then I'm giving you this lecture. Someone asked me a question. I need to rush because I know I have limited time to finish a lecture. If they didn't understand from my explanation, I have to kind of repeat. Someone else did understand. They're annoyed because now we're putting the lecture on hold. It's just kind of not the best environment. We found that what we're doing right now creates an amazing environment for discussion sessions and questions to be separate from the receiving the lecture time. Okay, that's just some benefits I listed of this. Now, another thing that we do, because we just don't focus on education, we also focus on mindset, coaching, pushing you to do better. And one of that way is that each module will be activated for a week. So basic science is activated for a week. Once that week is over, basic science disappears, and then pharma activates. Once that week is over, pharma disappears, the next module. And why is this good? Of course, it causes kind of a little shock in the beginning because people get FOMO. They get afraid that they're missing out. FOMO means fear of missing out. Oh no. But this is very important and useful because it forces the students to move forward, okay? You have to move forward to the next subject. You could spend years just learning basic science, right? You could. So we can't enable that in you. We can't allow you to do that. You can't go trying to perfect 100% basic science and neglecting pharmacology, and then you at the end of the course you're like 100% at basic science but 5% in pharma or even 40%. That's not good. We want you to be at minimum 80% in everything, and if you wanted to perfect something, you try to do that in a different way, but you shouldn't try always, right? So now you might be thinking, well, what if I miss something? You don't need to. We solve that problem. There are checkpoints in the course and also at the end of the course where we open the previous videos so that you could go back and catch up on anything you did miss. Okay, so that's the perfect system. And now students in the initial 2 weeks kind of fear that, oh, we might miss content, and then once they get used to it, they go like, we had to do this. If we didn't do it this way, they will get stuck in the videos. They get attached to the first set of videos, and then they just don't want to move to the next one until they perfect the first one. But once they learn how our system is actually making them move forward, and then at the checkpoint, when we reach it, let's say at a time where there's a review, like after anesthesia, we open all the previous videos so that they could catch up. And for late starters that come in late to the course, they have time to catch up as well. But when we start dental materials, we have to close those previous ones because now it's time for dental materials. That's it. You have to give dental material its time as well. You can't just try and, spending 3 weeks on one subject trying to perfect it and neglecting another. If you don't have time to finish a certain set of videos in a week, then you have to consider the fact that maybe you don't have time for AFK. And that's where our one-on-one consults come in, because I could really assess your situation. I'd try my best to see how much time you really have, and if you could actually do this in one cycle, or maybe you need 2 courses back to back so that you could study for a year. So everybody's different. You have to be realistic with your situation. Okay. But if you don't have time to finish a module within a week, then you're always going to be, if you try to finish that, you'll never get on track, right? So you might have to miss a little bit of each subject. That's better than finishing one subject and missing 50% of another. Like for example, let's say you take basic science and you get to the end of the week and you're not done, and we keep the videos up for you. You'll try to finish it in the pharma week, but now you only have half a week for pharma 1. You're obviously not going to get that done. So now you need an extra week after that to finish pharma 1, and then you get to pharma 2. When you get to pharma 2, we'll be on pathology. So no, you can't. It won't work, right? What's actually better is just do 80% of what you do, the most you can within that week. So if you're doing basic science and you're able only to do 80% and you missed the 20%, that's fine. You go to pharma, do 80% of that. Then you go to pharma 2. That's your capacity. That's how much time you have. If you want to do 100%, you have to free up more time and figure out your schedule, or take the course again, do a repeat. And we do offer discounts for repeaters. So that way you could kind of fine tune things in your second cycle. Okay. So that's pretty much it for video lectures. That's the feature I wanted to talk about here. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything about this feature. We talked about how good it is for us to update you with anything new if we want to update content. We talked about how it's flexible for your schedule, your time, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, whatever time you're busy at, you could figure out to watch the main delivery system, the main content, the lectures. Better for you for receiving 100% of the content if you watch all the videos. You're not missing anything. If you need to pause or go grab a coffee, you could pause the videos. You can't do that in real life or in live lectures. The benefit of the chaptering system, the organization, not being interrupted by other students' questions. the benefit of finishing digesting the content, then coming to a live lecture will even make your questions in the live session higher quality, that we are actually getting to the bottom of real problems. Whereas your questions in the middle of a lecture are probably not that high of quality. They're probably very shallow or superficial yet, because you haven't really understood the content yet. But when you give a chance for you to watch the videos for 4 days, you digest all that information, then you come to the live session, your questions are even higher quality. Like, I'm getting some good quality questions now, like, oh, this part says this part says this, why, right? How do we make sense of that? And we try to learn things together. Whereas in class, it's kind of like, can you repeat that again? Like, what? That's a waste of time, right? You could just rewind the video and repeat it again. Even though in live sessions, sometimes I repeat things if someone really has trouble with it, that's fine. Okay, but it just makes everything better to do it this way. So that's what's good about this live with the video content. That's all I want to talk about this feature. I'll see you guys in the next video. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed the feature we talked about today. And remember, the earlier you register, the sooner you'll get the books, right? So we really encourage that. And if you have any questions, please contact us. You'll find our contact info in the description box below, and our registration links as well. And if you have any questions or you want a free consult, please send us an email and we'll book you that free consult. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.